Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and more than a few of you were wondering when I was going to bring some more MLB 13 back to the channel, and so this will be it. And the thing is I have for, I don't know, the last few months or so, I've sort of struggled with things I want to talk about on my channel. And I think mainly that's because of the fact that I've been working so much as of late. I haven't had any sort of creative juices. And I thought about this morning. Is what I want to do is actually want to start incorporating baseball back in my channel, obviously, because you're watching it right now. But I still want to talk about how I got into baseball and maybe just sort of my childhood and how it's related to baseball and stuff. So I want to get right to the beginning and talk about t-ball. Now the thing is, before I started playing t-ball, I don't really have a recollection of actually having any sort of interest in baseball at all. It just, I might have been a bit of a Padres fan or maybe an Indians fan because my dad's from Cleveland. But I really don't remember. I honestly can't remember. What I do know is that I owe my love of baseball and the 20 some odd years that I've played baseball to my buddy Tommy, actually to his dad, because my buddy Tommy was a two-sport kid when we were growing up. This is my best friend growing up. And this guy, he played soccer, and he played on a traveling team for soccer later on in life, and he played baseball. But eventually he moved just to soccer, but he was a baseball soccer guy first. Anyways, his dad was coaching a t-ball team, and this was probably like in the spring or summer of 91. And I was 8 years old. And Tommy's dad, was, so I'll just call him Tom Sr. Tom Sr. asked my dad if I would be interested in playing baseball, and or if they would be interested in letting me play baseball. And he actually forked over the registration fees to allow me to play on the team, because my parents, we weren't really all that well off growing up. I mean, my dad was in the Marine Corps. He was a sergeant, and he did 20 years in the Marine Corps. My mom had odd and end jobs until I can't remember when she got a county job, and that's when things kind of took off for us as a family. You know, we moved from that lower middle class to like a middle class. You know, you got to be a little bit more comfortable, and I could tell stories about that later on. So Tom Sr., he paid for my registration fees, which I have no idea what they were in 91, and that's how I got into baseball. But the most remarkable thing about it is the experience of being on a team, because we would have these practices where you could imagine 8-year-old kids running around trying to throw baseballs, and it was t-ball. And now today I think they have a pitching machine, but back then there was a coach who would stand at home plate and he'd put the ball in the tee. Usually it was your coach, and then I believe there was a coach in the field who was on the opposite team. So on the team that say it's the first inning, so like the home team coach is out in the field and the visiting team's coach is feeding balls. And this is before everybody was a winner. You know, nowadays, you know, nobody keeps score, nobody's a winner. No, back then you won or you lost the game, and you'd go home feeling like shit because you lost the game, or you'd go home feeling great because you won the game. And I don't remember if we were all that good or not, but there are a couple moments, and these are the ones I want to share with you, the couple moments that really stand out for me, and they all seem to have occurred at this place at Jefferson Elementary School, I believe it was. Anyways, it was across the street from my middle school, Lincoln Middle School, but I went to South Oceanside Elementary School, and this, I think, was Jefferson Elementary School. They were the rival elementary school. You know, we did summer school there. That was like the place we would go for summer school, and it was just kind of like, this is not as good as South Oceanside, or South O as we would call it. And anyways, we played there, and there was the more advanced leagues would play at South Oceanside. It was like, I think it was like minor A and minor B, or maybe it was minor B would play. Yeah, minor A, minor B would play. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. What matters is, so we played at Jefferson Elementary School, and they were the Roadrunners. That was their mascot. Not sure why that's important, but it just came to mind. Anyways, there's this field in the back. They have like this big grass area in the very, very back of the school, and that's where we would have our games and practices. I really don't remember where practices were, but there was an instance where I got to play pretty much every position every kid probably played every position. I got to play the outfield, play the infield, pitch, which was kind of funny because you just fake throw the ball and the kid would hit the ball and they would hit the tee more often than not, just boom, hit the tee, the ball falls down, coach puts it back up. I can't remember. I think we got 3 attempts. It was like 3 strikes and you're out. And if you don't hit it in those 3 attempts, then you're out. And if I remember correctly, the rule was you had to be on base before the pitcher got the ball back because it was really hard for kids to like throw to the bag. I think we would throw to the bag when they're like, if the ball was hit and play to like a shortstop or third base, second base, we'd try to get the ball to first, and if not, then of course the kids run around and round and round, and the ball goes around the bases until it stops, gets back to the pitcher. But when they got back to the pitcher, it was always like everything's dead. Stop moving. We're gonna get the next guy up. So it really was a matter of just go out there and mash the ball and have fun. But what I was to say is the one event that I remember so vividly is that I got to catch. And for whatever reason, I thought that was the coolest damn thing because I got to put on all the catcher's gear. You didn't need it because nobody was pitching to you, but you put it on because that's what you do. But so anyways, it was it was just really cool. Put the helmet on, and I had my regular glove, chest protector, and the shin guards, and you were the catcher, and you stood behind the batter and waited for them to hit the ball or strike out. But I don't know why. I really got a kick out of that. And the other story that I really remember very vividly was a time where I hit the ball really hard. I mean, really hard, really far, and I had an inside the park home run. And I remember I was running so hard, and I was so excited because I totally clobbered that ball. I hit it really hard. I was pretty impressed. And I ran so hard. I was so excited that I went to the opposing team's dugout. I started to open the gate, and I realized that the other team's players were on the bench, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong dugout!" So I turned around, and I came back, and it was like it's not a big moment in my life at all, but it's one of those that I remember so vividly. There were probably other times, just like playing catch and practicing with my dad, and because my dad, he would play in softball because he's been in the Marine Corps. These guys would go out, they want to play softball and stuff. So my dad did a lot of softball at night, just for the hell of it, like I did for a while. I was playing softball with my buddies at night. But the thing is that it's just we had an outlet, I started playing when I was 8. My older brother would have been 11. Probably 11, yeah, about 11 years old. My younger brother would have been about 7, depending on the year. It'd be 6 or 7, depending on what time of the year it was. The thing, though, I started the trend of playing baseball. So once I got playing, that's when my younger brother started to play. So I think my older brother got started, I think his first season was when he was 12. It was like that next year he played, and my younger brother and I played. So we all got to play baseball. My older brother, he's not really too pleased because he wanted to play baseball when he was, 8 or 9 years old. And my parents said, no, you can't play because we don't have the money for the fees. And so he, to a certain extent, probably not anymore, but at the time he probably was a little jealous that I got to be the first one to play. I mean, he's the oldest brother. He should be the first one to do a lot of different things. But that was the start in my family of a baseball playing family. So when I was 8, in 1991, so 92, we're all playing baseball, and from then on, it's all history. But those are like the first real memories of being a baseball player and really enjoying baseball. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the story, and if you feel like it, you can make a video response. Let me know how you guys got started in baseball, at what age, and kind of your earliest memories. Or you can just do it in the comment section, write like hell if you'd like. I really enjoy reading that kind of stuff and enjoying the comment section in general. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.